What's up, everybody? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Braxton Family Values, episode number 18. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay, you guys, so Toni has made the decision to drop Vince. I think she feels like, because he's family and because he's got all this stuff going on, I think she just feels like he's spread himself too thin, and she would rather go on with other management. She's been saying it all season, so I don't know why it's taken us 18 episodes to finally get to this point. But anyway, she's dropped Vince. She's got a new management team, and they're all excited to be representing her. She's excited to be represented by this new team, and they telling her all the things that they're going to do for her in her future. One of them being that she's going to be singing at Sundance up in Park City, Utah. She tells Evelyn of her plans to drop Vincent, and Evelyn is like, well, you got to do what you got to do. Later on, she meets with her sisters, and Toni is knowing that it's going to be a big deal with Tamar. I think Tamar just wants to keep everything in the family and everything. Toni just kind of breaks it on her, like, just kind of in general talking like, oh, it's so good that we're all together. We said we were going to do this, once a week and make sure that we stay close and everything like that. And I got new management. I dropped Vince. Tamar's like, wait a minute. I said, what now? Toni's just like, I just dropped Vince. He's just, I'd rather keep him just as my brother-in-law. I don't want to have him as my manager. And, Tamar and her get to going back and forth. Basically, what it all boils down to is that Vincent, when he was just Toni's manager, he was fine. But, Vincent is now Lady Gaga's manager. He's also B2K. Y'all know how old I am. What's named them little boys? Mindless behavior. He's got all these different things going on, a lot of pans in the fire. And, ain't nobody really checking for Toni. I mean, I love Toni. I love to hear her sing. I think she has a beautiful, very unique voice. But don't nobody really care about Toni in that way as much as the rest of his artists are. So she still has a fan base, of course, but nothing like the rest of them other ones do. I mean, she's moved on to, she's in that next phase of celebrity entertainment. She's feeling like Vincent is not doing his job, basically, that he's not getting the gigs for her because he's just so busy with these other people. Tamar comes back at her with, well, most artists have to take their own careers in their hands. They don't rely on their manager to do everything for them. The manager manages what you are doing, so you get all of the jobs, and then your manager lines up, makes sure everything is run smoothly. So they see differently. I can see what both of them are saying. It's time to just separate the two. So, hey, that's fine. Toni's got new management. Toni gets up to Sundance, and oh my God, you guys, my allergies. It's so bad today. Toni gets up to Sundance, and Toni is preparing for her gig or whatever she's got to do. She's got a new assistant. His name is Oliver, I believe. Oliver looks very stressed out already because, Toni is a little bit of a diva. She expects him to know all these things about her, and she just met him. I don't think I could work for somebody like that. I mean, I need to have some sort of idea what you need, but maybe that's how entertainers are. I don't know, whatever. She goes and performs for the industry people, and it's so funny because she is trying all these things, and they just kind of sitting there like, I'll sing the song, lady. But what makes Toni be a very good entertainer is the fact that she's able to get them finally involved. It always works. If anything else fails, you just get some crowd participation. So she gets somebody from the audience to come up and sing a song, and everybody's all excited and happy about it. So yeah, Toni, you gotta love Toni. A little bit of a diva, but you gotta love Toni. Evelyn tells Doc she doesn't want to get married, and while I feel like Evelyn had no intentions of ever marrying Doc, I think Doc was really, really shocked. Didn't you feel sorry for him? He was just kind of like, He didn't know what to say. I was just like, poor Doc. He's like the Chris Humphreys in this situation. It's like, baby, you wasn't never getting married. Anyways, the girls all get together for lunch one day, and she lets them also know that she's not getting married. Nobody's really shocked. I mean, they act like they're shocked because it's for a TV show, but no, they're not really shocked. Tamara's just like, I could tell the way you answered and how you wasn't involved and you didn't want to do anything, that you really wasn't feeling the marriage anyway, so that's fine. Tracy said something about Evelyn being too afraid to love again, and I don't know if I get that. Like, did you guys get that feeling? I feel like as long as she is the domineering person in a relationship, she's fine with it, because you guys see how she treats Doc. I mean, she is definitely the more demanding of those two, and I think that she gets along fine as long as they gonna do what she says she tells them to do. And that Doc got some feelings for him, some Evelyn. I mean, he be looking at her. Y'all see how he look at her? I was just like, wow, he really does care. I mean, he looked like he whipped. So I know that Evelyn is older and stuff, but you know, I think that she didn't put it on him. I think she didn't wore him out, y'all. When she told him that she thinks that they need to see more people, he was just like, nah, baby. And she told him that he needed to go on and do what he needed to do for himself, and he was just like, nah, baby. Doc ain't going nowhere. Doc see a good thing. He know a good thing. Okay, Evelyn got that good. Later on in the show, Evelyn feels like she needs to talk to Dr. Sherry. And I don't really know why everybody wants to talk to Dr. Sherry. Dr. Sherry ain't resolved nothing on the 2 seasons that she's been on the show. Evelyn gets up in there and she's talking to Dr. Sherry, and instead of Dr. Sherry counseling her, it's just like Evelyn just comes in there and takes over the whole thing, and she began almost like she's preaching to everything. She was like, you know, I got married when I was very young, and of course after I got married, I had all my babies back to back, and I was running around after them babies back and forth all the time, whatever the babies need. You know, I was a pastor's wife, so I was always there for my pastor. I was always there for my husband. And then my husband went on and he cheated on me. Yes, he did. He cheated on me for 10 long years, and then he decided to leave me, Sherry. Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. And I was very upset about it. Oh, I was very upset about it. I couldn't take it. But you know what? I finally got over it. And I thought to myself, like, what is wrong with being single? You know, I was getting to know myself, Dr. Sherry. Yes, I was. And I was like, I don't want to be sharing myself with nobody. I don't want to share myself with nobody. What is wrong with being at home by yourself, watching TV by yourself, taking baths by yourself, going to the movies by yourself, everything by yourself? And I was like, girl, you best to say that. Ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself. You've been married all that time. You done wrapped your whole life around your family and everything. The man didn't want to be with you no more. You move on with your life. I am not mad at Evelyn at all. If you want to call it selfish, then okay, she being selfish. But the lady is 65 years old. She wants to do what she wants to do, and I ain't mad. Go on, do what you got to do, Evelyn. Okay, so Trina tells Tawanda that Gabe is feeling bad about the things that he said about the family on the internet when he was fooling around with the, you know, lady on Skype and all of that. And he was let out a lot of family secrets, some that may or may not have been true, to just somebody that he didn't know. And he was upset about it. He was embarrassed about it. And he felt bad what he did to the family. So he wants to apologize. So it's the weekend that Evelyn is supposed to be getting married. And of course, she's not getting married now, so they all decide to go out to dinner. They go on and invite Auntie Millie and Uncle Gus to come on out with them. So, you know, they all get to the restaurant, and here come Gabe strolling up in the restaurant too. So it's just like, okay. He got that damn stupid nervous smile on his face, and I was like, he fixing to just say something stupid, I could tell. Now, this is what bothered me about that night. Okay, first up, he shows up, okay, and he's telling them how he's, you know, felt like he needed to say some things to the family. He was going to wait until after they finished dinner, and then he wanted to talk to everybody. And, you know, everybody tells him, well, why you didn't say it all that? Now you might as well just say whatever you was going to say. And he was just like, no, I'm going to wait until afterwards. They was just like, go on and say it. So, you know, he stands up. He has his cue cards. And, yeah, the cue cards was kind of tacky. But, you guys, me personally, I write. So I can express myself so much more clearly when I write. So I understood the cue cards. He was trying to keep on track and remember all the things he wanted to say. It was kind of like, yeah, maybe, you know, that I guess with the situation, maybe cue cards wasn't really the best thing. But anyway, he gets up and he starts talking, and he says how sorry he is that, you know, that he can't control himself, and that he be on the internet and he be sexting people on the internet, and you know, having Skype sex with folks and saying all these things about the family on the internet and having sex. And I was just like, oh my God, Gabe, this is really not the time or the place to do it. It's like you got, you know, first of all, it's like a private matter between the immediate family. Okay, so we got Auntie Millie and Uncle Gus down there. And you know, what they got to do with it? Millie, what that white boy down there say? I don't know, Gus. Sound like he said something about he's sorry, he's so sexy. What you say? I say it sound like he say he's sorry, he's so sexy. He's sexy? Boy, don't look all that sexy to me. I don't know, Gus. I'm just trying to tell you what the boy say. I don't know what he say. Hand me that bread. You know, it's like they not in it. It's a private thing, and it's just like, well, I mean, why don't he ever know that these things that he do is inappropriate? So, you know, everybody, he finally finishes his very, very painfully long statement about how he's so sorry and how he's getting help because he got dick problems. He don't know how to control it. You know, when it was over, everybody kind of looking like Evelyn. She's, you know, graceful, and she's just like, you know, I appreciate the apology. And, you know, everybody else was like, yeah, I guess we accept your apology, I guess. But now, okay, so all that, right? So what actually made me feel like, is Trina. Now, I know Trina's very hurt and embarrassed about what's happened. I'm not saying that she's not at all. But when she saw Gabe strolling up in that restaurant, see, I'd have cut him off at the knees right before he could even get in the door. I'd have been like, oh, no, not tonight, baby. You're not coming up in here with that shit tonight. We are not having that tonight. I know you say you want to talk to everybody, but this is not the time or the place. Don't come in here with that. Instead, she let him come in there, make a spectacle of himself and everybody else, embarrass everybody else, and then she used that situation once again to say how embarrassed and hurt she is, and it was just kind of like used it for her own good. Like, you shouldn't have let him say all that if you knew that he was about to embarrass you in front of everybody once again. Them two have their issues, and they both have done what they've done, but I still feel like Trina continues to beat up on Gabe. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to take up for Gabe, but I just feel like Trina still uses that situation. Like, it's so tired now. We know he did what he did, and that's it. Like, you know, I don't want to say get over it because it sounds so harsh, but it's just like, get over it. Alright, you guys, so that's it. So I did my makeup different today. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't have any eyeliner on the bottom because it's supposed to be this whole new thing where your eyes look bigger if you don't have eyeliner on the bottom, which I never ever do. But what y'all think? Oh, my eyebrows need to be done. Oh, look at these earrings. Can y'all see them? They little jukebox, not jukeboxes. They little boom boxes. They are so cute. You guys, I bought all these little cheap earrings at Forever 21. Maybe I'll do an earring video tomorrow. Y'all want to see that? I bought like 5 or 6 different little pairs because I don't really wear the real big earrings. I try it every now and then, but every time I try it, I feel like I'm doing something that I don't normally do. I feel like I'm perpetrating a fraud, like it's not really me. I always like little dainty earrings or just little studs, but every now and then I try to put the big basketball wide earrings on, and I be looking at the videos like, girl, you look stupid. But those are cute, right? Trying not to show y'all my nappy edges. Alright, y'all, that's it. I want you guys to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Rox. The channel is for It's Rox. All the other things I have in the bottom bar below, okay? Alright, so I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.